Sorry I'm so late, everybody. It's a lot to do today. This is Iran. Oh, by the way, their helicopter with their president and prime minister went down in this storm. Hmm. All right. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. I'm just running way late. Very tough battle today. A lot of delays and distractions, and there's important stuff going on. And the moment I get 5 minutes to sit down and make a short, off to the next thing. So, sorry I'm running a little late, but thank you all for being here and taking a moment of your time to be with this precious family. This was almost going to be the thumbnail today, except for what I just posted a little while ago. Another one of these sphere events, and this one was kind of heading towards Chicago. And I only had a brief moment to capture this, check it out, and try to track its trajectory before I was off to another emergency. So I figured up. By the time I get back and report on this thing will probably be hitting Chicago by then. So we'll report on that tonight. It looks like it's taking a different trajectory, but there's another one out there. So we will get into that. So let's start boogieing because we got a lot to cover. Hope you got your popcorn and your drinks. You should have been well prepared because I'm already late. Let me get some stuff straightened out here. Something's not right. It's good enough. 5/19, May 19th, 2024. The day, Iran lost its president and its prime minister and got hit by a gnarly storm. That was the opening, was that storm. All right, so you can see our object right here. Here's the magnetic field going around it, plasma flowing around it. There's another one busting out right back down here. Okay, and that was the I saw the Texas thing coming an hour before. I tried to warn everybody, but still can't get people's attention yet. Anyways, this was going to be a thumbnail, but this is a freeze frame, and then we'll get into this here. Let me back out and get this loop started real quick and get the show started here. Oops, we're in reverse. Hup, had the dang thing in reverse. All right. That kind of. What's going on? My tripod or something? There we go. All right, let that kind of play for a second. We're missing a bunch of data as well, so we'll get into it though. All right, so let me get the opening frame here. As you can see, we only have 68 frames. Usually we have at least 100 or right around there. So, okay, opening frame right here at 324. No kidding, huh? Some of you know what 324 means. Anyways, how coincidental. Our opening frame here, 324, events already underway. Part of it's already out of frame. They probably snipped that little part out, but you can see here we got some plasma. All right, this is our opening frame anyway. I just got to march through this. I got a lot to cover tonight, and we might have to cover an inbound storm tonight. I have to check my radar again. All right, you can see these things coming out. We're just going to kind of go through it frame by frame. Little guy right there, blasting through there too. Okay, and then here's our event. We skipped from 1516 to 2000, and here's our event almost out of frame. Over here, you can see it in the plasma as well. All right, so there's that, and you can see it moves on out of frame. Something hiding right in there, maybe too. These guys are sneaky. Sometimes they don't always latch onto plasma. They're just passing through the solar wind. All right, so there's that. Let me throw that loop one more time. And then we already got data. Since I'm running late, we already got data going into tomorrow already. Anyone notice sunflowers don't like facing the sun lately? We haven't even gotten to start our sunflowers yet, so. All right, there's our activity for today. And while we're here, before we even go over to Solar Ham, let me just dip into the 20th now. Because see this vent here? Watch this. Do you see that big old halo coming at us here? Let me pause this. An opening frame. Okay, so pre-opening frame right here. Here's the tail end of our event moving on out right there that we were just examining. Okay, and then we'll kind of boom. You can see this little guy right in there, right? Something bigger and black maybe right in there getting wrapped. And then, bam. Now look at this real quick. When we do this opening frame, notice how the instrument's reacting to this area, but not the rest of this. This white area is over on that side as well. Watch. You see it there? Did that capture? Yeah, it did. This whole thing right here is just already glowing, and the instrument's reacting to this. What's going on here? And watch as we continue. It's almost like a a blast wave in front of the regular one. I don't think I ever seen that on this instrument like that before. And that was just a couple hours ago, or currently underway, because that's our last frame right there. And you see it all the way over here. It's out front of these readings. All the way over here, all the way up there, looking like an eye. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I want to go backward. Is that like a... I'm not going to say it. Let me get that started again and go a little slower here, because this is our latest data. Already, this is our last 2 hours right here, a few hours right there. Okay, that's looks like a lot of energy. It almost looked like the sun, like, just almost like a burst right before the CME. See how this is already further out than our main CME right here that the instrument's tracking? It's like, oh man, I sure hope this isn't one of the things. Ooh, 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 what was that? There's something right here. Something big. Tilt your head to the left. Yeah, there's something big right there. If you tilt your head all the way to the left and make this, sticking out to your right, you can see it. Oh dear. There we go. So here's our bigger sphere. Whoops. Here's our bigger sphere right there. And you can see the plasma hitting it and going right over the top right here. You got to tilt your head to this angle right here, and you'll see what I'm saying. And that, I bet you, when that thing came close, it caused this giant arc. It's an arc, you guys, like a spark, like an arc jumping off the sun. Because that thing is so big, it's right there. And it's just about to pass, and this thing is reacting to it. Magnetic jump, a magnetic arc to it first, and then look how it drapes around it. Yep, it's right there. But it's at an angle this time. Usually it's over here or something like that, but this time it's at an angle. So if you tilt your head to the left really hard, you can see your object right there, and this stuff stretching and bending and going around it. All right, we'll have to keep that frame right there. Let's get over to the solar ham now. God, it's going to be a long night. Okay, here we go. So let's pop on in here. Not much to look at, but I'm still going to zoom in here because I want you to know, look how these 3 impulsive spikes, okay, that was our event today. And then the one that we're looking at that we freeze framed on is this one right here. Now, this is below the M level. That supposedly is below the M level. But you see this giant arc of plasma. It's just like a spark. The sun just sparked before the CME came out. Oh, wow. Yeah. All right, let's get back over here. So that's this one, and then these other ones were only minor M flares. So our base indices are so low that at least on the chart. But when we come over here and we read the indices, we're at 201. All right, so something has changed. We're a little higher than this was over here. Remember, we were down at 180 or something. I forget what it was. What was it? 190. Okay, yeah, we had just dropped under 200, so now we're back up above 200 again. But only one M flare, 2.5. So I don't think they're reporting these other. Well, yeah, I don't know if they're reporting these other ones or what. But all in all, looks pretty quiet. We got a G1 coming on the 20th. X flare potential's 10%, M flare 55. You just seen that big old object, right? I think our X flare potential might be a little higher than that. But M.25 coming out of 65 or 3685. We got all these sunspot regions. We still have 79 and 85 that are both beta gamma. Let's pop open our excuse me, IKP index here. Oh my God, help me. So it doesn't look like there's much energy that came in right now over here. Don't mind these ones. These are different sites or whatever, and they have different color coordinations. This is our main one. But you can see our auroras are very weak right now, so that's good. Let me back out of this real quick and show you our auroras. Okay, they're both very faint, which is good news. We don't need a bunch of energy hitting us right now. We're still kind of relieving energy, so I'll take some of that energy. I need it. I am a busy man, and I have to. Let's just go. G1 tomorrow on the 20th. They're calling for nothing on the 21st, 22nd. Okay. I'll go through this article real quick. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. The CME observed leaving of the sun following long duration M72 on Friday has yet been analyzed. Has been analyzed. Not yet. Where did that come from? All right. NOAA predicted the CME will pass just downstream of Earth with a glancing blow possible on the 20th. Okay, remember our glancing blows, how they ended up being G3s? Everybody thought it was going to be a little G1 and ended up being a lot bigger. So they're calling for this on the 20th right here. Okay, so hopefully it's a G1. Don't be surprised if a G1 type storm hits us and our magnetic field might take it as a G3. We'll see. Okay. Things have been very, very hit and miss lately. So we're just going to stick with what's reported here, but don't be surprised if it's a 2 or a 3. It has that. We've seen that capability lately. Let's just say that, okay? We read about all these X flares that we had. We played the video last time. Let's see anything different on our tracker. Impact for Earth, small one, still, right in between the 20th and 21st. That's your G1 storm. Not much. We can play it, but remember, it just barely clipped us, so we'll see. All right, let's move on. We got too much to just mess around. We already covered that. Let's get on to the next one. Sorry, I'm just plugging along, all right? I'm in second gear tonight now. Geomagnetic storm. No forecasters say that the minor Geo1 class. The G1 geomagnetic storm are possible on the 20th when the CME is expected to graze Earth, all right? That CME was the powerful M7 on May 17th. Auroras in Africa for the first time in 30 years. Spaceweather.com has received photos of auroras in Africa. They appeared during the historic geomagnetic storm May 10th, 2024. Shall we? Okay. It's a fisheye lens. First, I thought it was the Earth, and I'm like, wait a second. That didn't look right. Up. Oh, little faint tint over here. Oh, more than just faint. So, even Africa saw the auroras, and pretty soon the entire planet will see auroras because this is just the beginning. It's a little taste of what's to come. We played the movie. This is certainly exceptional. Yeah, well, get used to it because there's going to be more. We saw the sun rip off the comet's tail. Let's move on. Let's get over here to the Schumann now because, oh shit, man. All right, we had this scraping event yesterday that we were reporting on, and then we saw a lull in our activity. After that, it went and started grinding again right after my report, and pressure built up again. I showed you pressure coming out of the Mammoth Mountain down the range for me here. I showed you a radar spike that was from that looks like it was more of a steam event. A plume of steam came up, and the cloud was so hot that it glitched the radar. Then, after the pressure release, we had some nice smooth sailing for most of the day. All right, even though I'm that's off. And then, yeah, that's our new data right there. And then all of a sudden, just within the last little bit, right before I started the show here, all of a sudden, just bing, we're grinding pretty hard right there. So pressure just built up again down at the core, and the core and the shell are grinding. That's an indication the pressure's going on. And get ready for more intense well, all these frequencies from 1 down to, well, even down to here, 20, 18, 20. All those are going to be intense. And white denotes the intensity of that frequency, okay, of those frequencies. So it's like, well, instead of listening to one station on the radio, every station on the radio is playing, and then somebody turns on the volume really loud, and now you've got every radio station on the radio playing super loud. Okay, that's kind of the effect that we're seeing, all right? And it makes your ears ring, makes you sore, makes animals nuts. It's your magnetic field going berserk because it's grinding. This will weaken our magnetic field, too. The dynamo inside that's spinning that creates our magnetic field, well, when that dynamo starts to grind, it slows down. Well, the slower it spins, the weaker our field. Get it? So grinding is not good. Unless she's real pretty and knows how to dance. No. Now, let's get back to over here to our Earth satellite. Oh, we're done with that one. First, I want to take you over here to our polar vortex again. Our southern polar vortex is very, very strong right now. All right. Very organized, very powerful, very wide. It's reaching up to this latitude here. All right. And it's really kind of grazing this part of the South America there. Lion wings. Hello. And Windy Lou. All right. We got some fresh faces in here. All right. So just quick peek at that. We don't have one right now because we're going into summer. Now, what I wanted to do is get back over here to our upper jet stream. No, not again. Are you kidding me with this? All right. You can see this split right here in the flow. You can see the flow asymmetry. So let me just go like that a little bit, right? And you can see the coloration is even the front of the sphere. There is a spherical object right there diverting the winds. And look what it does. Takes this and shoves it up there, takes this part and shoves it down. Doesn't let it go straight across anymore. It shoved it down. Do you see how it did that? These two came together, they kissed, they were about to go like that across the country. A well-placed sphere right here can divert flow around it and jam it down this way and make a a little river going up the. You see the flow asymmetries, how this is fluid dynamics on display right there. It's just amazing. All right, so there's that going on up at that level. All right, that's your upper jet stream. Come on down to your lower jet. And then you see how lower jet stream is bringing stuff in off the Pacific, bringing it down, boom, and it takes a hard turn and goes this way across the nation. Now down to our holy. Over here we have this flow, and you can see this area right here where our sphere was. Look at this. What the? Quite an interesting flow diversion loop around effect here, and then look at this off the coast here. That's huge. And then this was the thing that was looking like a typhoon the other day. And that's down at your weather air level right there. Okay. What? Yeah, I see it. All right, we need to get to the weather here pretty soon here. Quick. So while we're here, let's get particulates, our sandstorm. Breathe, Brian. Whew. Big old plume right here. Look at the wind gusts taking this ball of sand and just jamming it right across the Gobi Desert. That thing's going. It's heading somewhere. All right, so there's a big old sandstorm right there. This one on the Yemen, Oman area passed through, and blew out into the ocean. See all the sand that's just out over the ocean now? Yeah, that big old wall of sand. Well, it's still kind of moving through the area right there, too. Look at that. Well, they're getting theirs handed to them. So is Iran. You saw the opening there. And all this is going up into the Mediterranean. Look at this area in the Mediterranean. It's just all sandstorm. Look at this rotation right here, kicking stuff up. All right. You see it blowing across the Atlantic. All coming together, going up into the Caribbean. And look where the wind flow is taking it. Oh, great. What is up here? Are we too close or something? That's the problem. We're too close. All right, so there's your sandstorm report. Everybody in the south, expect to get some sand here pretty soon. It's going to be gloomy skies. It's going to be, hazy and creating sun halos and all kinds of stuff. It's also going to be more particulates in the air. Sorry, this camera's just not turning out right. There's going to be more particulates in the air for water to adhere to, and heavier rain amounts when those particulates come in. So remember that. All right, we got to keep moving. Actually, what I want to do really quick here, let's just even get to the particulates. That's your bigger stuff right there. Okay, so a lot of particulates in the air there. Let's get over here to our SO2 now. I'll take the wind off and we'll bounce on into America here. Okay. America, the country divided, bleeding out on one side and kind of patchy on the other. See how I do that? And now, as we look over here in the south, you see the flooding over here in like northern Florida, Georgia area, into the Carolina, South Carolina, has stopped up the flow of this SO2 coming out of the region. And we'll just kind of take a little tour of the East Coast. Up into the Maine area. Okay, back across the Great Lakes. Ohio. So all that area, a lot of SO2 coming out of the ground. Pressure underneath, the darker the color, the higher the pressure. So pressure's pretty high, especially you see this black spot right up here. Sorry, I'm all over the place tonight. Right there, very intense spot. There's probably a fire there too. Watch. Oh yeah, little red dot right in there. Not very visible, but it's there. Not too really worried about that right now. I got other stuff to do. All these distractions, man. Been fighting distractions all day. Actually, this is still important. We got to get to this stuff. So, also, let's back them up to 8 hours during their daytime right there. When the sun is facing the sun, the gravity of the sun pushes on us, pulls on us, tugs, does all kinds of wonderful things and creates the more pressure, and that you get a reading of what their pressure really is. So dark patches, all this area in China just spewing SO2, coming down to Java here, our little relief valve. Now look at this. Look how concentrated it is right here in this tip of the island. Not so much at these two vents anymore. This one has really opened up and is like the bigger of the other ones and is allowing more of the pressure out in that region than the rest of the island now. Similar to Malaysia up here, the very southern tip. Over here in India, you got your they're like weak spots in the crust. They're a bigger pinhole in the skin of the balloon, all right? And that air is trying to get out. The gas is trying to get out, okay? Air is gas. All right, so there's that. We need to keep moving on. Okay. Oh, what the heck? Look at this. Look at this, you guys. Right here where we have that hot plume. Look at this patch of cold water that just appears right here now. Super cold water right next to super hot water. Let's put that current in there real quick. And watch this. Look at that conveyor belt just totally separate that water. What? That is crazy. How the heck? All right. Anyways, we have Tamumasi here. Still got a lot of pressure. This region right here. Oh, yeah, we could do that, I guess. So, you see that area that we just looked at? Let's take a peek at it 2 months ago. Yeah, back in March. Boom. Whoops. See the difference? It was just creeping into the area back in March and starting to get red. Let's go back. Let's go back to January then. All right, you can see it moved and shifted a little bit. Now, let's go to May of 2024, and you see the difference. May, let's just even go back to April. Let's see the difference between 1 month. Whoa! Okay, since April of 14th to May 14th, it went from that to that. Oh my God. I'm sorry to have to do this again, you guys. Oh, put it right there, out of the way, so we can see it out of the corner. Now help me again, Lord. Let's nice and methodically. Okay, you see it there through the white. Oh dear God. So in a month's time, it went. It went from this area right here. Okay, I had to put it out of the side. You see how it's kind of round and just light red. You guys know it. I have to describe this as plain as day. Might want to clear away from the coastline. Just saying. I mean, this is our biggest volcano. This is supposed to be happening out here. All this is supposed to be happening here at Tamumasi, not here. This isn't a volcanic site. Something new is going on, even closer to the west coast. This region's getting so hot that look, it's heating up the water up at Puget Sound area, all along the coastline. Down here, wait a second. I want to see something here. Do you guys see any strong currents taking this warm water up and bringing it down? I don't either. These are all hot spots themselves, all running down the coast now. Yeah. It's time, you guys. I don't want to be I'll let you guys be the judge of that, okay? Let me just do this one more time. Let's do this seriously a little bit better now. We won't even go back a month. I want to go back to the beginning, 2 weeks. We will go back to 2 weeks. You see the dot over there? That was 2 weeks. No. Oh, wait. We have to go back 8 hours. Sorry. There we go. Why does that keep showing the 15th? Uh-oh. Come on, baby, put something up there. Don't tell me that was the... Do you guys see what I'm trying to do here? That was the 16th? Okay. All right, good. Now I want to see 17th. Okay, it's still there. I thought they were like deleting data for the last 3 days or something. Oh. So our last good look at it is on the 17th. And that's even more than what we saw. We were looking at the 15th that whole time. Did you see that? This calendar had it preset on the 15th instead of our current day. And our current day, there was nothing. The last data is on the 17th, and there's no data after that. Probably because you saw how much it grew from 17th. Let's go back a week. That's right there. That's our last data. So a week before our last data. Oh my God. I'm sorry to have to do this, you guys, but look at that. Watch. Yeah, it's intensifying. It's getting bigger. It's intensifying. It's growing rapidly. 2 weeks. We'll go back from the 17th, our last data point. We'll go up to the 3rd. So in 2 weeks, it really intensified that much. And to our last data point being the 17th. Wow. And today's the 20th. Add 3 more days onto that kind of blossoming effect. Imagine where it's at now. All right. I don't know how you're going to have to do it to your loved ones or something that live along this region. Hopefully, you're not in denial. Hopefully, you're here at this channel, you're not in denial. You're going to have to find a way to break it to your loved ones some weird way. I don't know. Hey, you're going to have to get out of that area. You might want to sell your house and move on out here, or I don't know. But unless you really want to tell them, hey, you're going to see a violent eruption out in the Pacific, and it's going to probably bury the West Coast. I don't know. It's just Mike from around the world has been warning about this for a while, and I was more in agreement with him that we were going to see it out of Tamumasi. We're still seeing it there too, okay? Look at this huge plume here. And that right there. And then you see over here Japan. Before, this was our only little spot right here. Now it's that one. Now it's that one. And, oh boy, I can't even look at that anymore. Spreading around down here, South Africa, along the coast here. Even out here by Iceland. Oh, that's not even Iceland. Iceland's way up here. This is interesting here off the coast of like Maine, Nova Scotia out here. There's a big old plume growing there now too. It's about to get interesting, you guys. Not interesting. It's about to get scary, I think. That the quickness and intensity with which that blossomed over a short period of time is it's concerning. I'll try to be nice. It's disturbing. It's alarming. it should be a warning. I'll let you be the judge of that, okay? But as you see how things are working, the more energy we get from the sun, the more pressure we build down below, and the more it presses up against the underside of the crust, and we see earthquakes, volcanoes busting out because this pressure is trying to release, trying to get out through the skin of the crust. Here we have a huge hot spot growing, and it's gonna the quickness and the size, it's gonna erupt. Let's all pray it doesn't, okay? We can pray it doesn't, but that is very, very concerning. I'll just have to leave it at that because every time I try to make too big of a deal out of things, nobody listens. Lord help me. We gotta move on. Help me, please. The earthquake report. Yeah, let's get toward the earthquake report here. All right, no deep quakes in the deep quake region here. All the way down there, all the way over here, it's all quiet. So as we get up into our system here, our first quake really is a 5.3 down here at 60. We have this 4.3 down at 198, entering this little system, 4.7 down at 40. Weak spot 4.5 down at 70, fulcrum point 4.4 at 26. Opposite side, please. 4.0. There's a 454 depth right there. That's semi-deep right there. 454. So a little deep activity right there. But moving on up, we had this little 4.8 off the Coral Islands. We got 4 volcanoes going up there, delivering pressure. Now our event over here, out here on these Aleutian Islands, we've had a 6.0 with a little tsunami alert. Probably no tsunami or anything, but interesting they didn't make it a 5.9. Could have swore it probably would have been a 5.9, but hey, we got a 6.0. And there's also a little 4.4 right there and a 5.0 as well. All right, so another little spot coming to life. Pressure came back, and now we're seeing stuff pop to life. All right. There's current quake right there, just next door. 3.8 down at 10. Nothing around the fulcrum point coming down. Very, very quiet through there. You'll see some activity come over here. If it makes it to the fulcrum point, then we'll see whatever energy, up to 6 maybe. We'll probably see maybe a 5 or mid-range 5 there, and then that would save 5 to mid-range 5 maybe through this area. I'm just kind of guesstimating right now. I'm not trying to really go too serious. I'm just busting this out. You can come over and look at this too. 3.3 right there. Okay, good. That's working. All right, what's going on here? I need to see all magnitude right there, please. Okay. When I get exhausted, this other mode takes over and I just start moving fast. Now we got a bunch of these little microquakes right here going on. This is good. This is all venting energy. Current one, our biggest one was just a 3.1. So we're seeing a little pickup in magnitude here at our venting spot because pressure's building. When we showed you the Schumann right over here, where'd that go? Pop up, please. Please, Lord, thank you. As we're currently undergoing a lot of pressure right now, so everything's starting to pop off. All right. And that's not good. That pressure is going to make this thing glow even more. I'm not looking at that anymore. Let's finish this off. Okay, real quick down here, Coco's Plate. That's kind of our little fulcrum point right there. 5.2 down at depth. I mean, not down at depth at the surface. It's in between these two fulcrum points. Yeah, directly in the middle. All right, what's next to it here? 4.6 down at 37. Come up here on our sandbar. What do we do with 4.9s here? Yeah, 5 right here on our plateau. Is it right on the... Yeah, kind of right on the ledge right there, but it wasn't too big to cause a landslide or anything like that, so that's good. What's this? 4.7 in Venezuela. Out here on the mid-Atlantic, 5.0 energy being released at the surface right there. That's good. At least this little thing is venting energy. And Java is real quick out here on the fulcrum point. Another 5 down 36 there. Oh, and now up here. Just above the Gobi Desert here, we have 5.1. That's at the surface, relieving pressure at the surface there. 4.3 at the surface again, fulcrum point, both relieving pressure at the surface. That's good. Okay, good. We might come back later to the volcano report. Let's just run this real quick. Okay, that's your next day or two. That big blossom right there is the next one we have to worry about. Now, while that's going, I need to pull up this. We're having some weather sphere events happening when before I went live here, and I want to see what direction it's heading right now because it changed course a little bit and thankfully didn't go to Chicago, but is still out there. And okay, let's see here if I can get this little. All right, hang on here. That's probably pretty good right there. Yeah. All right. Let's just gonna sit right there. Let's just gonna sit right there. Like that. Hopefully you can see right in the middle of the screen is our sphere event going again. This tight rotation. Earlier today it looked like a land hurricane. All right. Max Velocity was reporting on it. People were laughing, saying, "Oh, it's a Category 6 land hurricane, whatever." But what they didn't see was our sphere effect still going right there. Okay. Now, a few hours ago, when I first saw this heading, it's doing its thing. It went through Kansas City. And right as it started to approach Kansas City is when I first got a minute to open up the app and look. And it's knocking on the door of Kansas City and then went through there. And then started to kind of change and make a new course for Chicago. And 3 hours ago, I'm thinking, well, at that trajectory, if I don't make it home in the next 3 hours, it might be reaching Chicago by the time I get home to report. Well, it's changed course. You can see it's going up this way now. And you can see that, well, come on. This little guy takes a minute. This tight rotation in the middle of it is, this is not your typical storm, okay? This is your spheroid effect happening again. All right, I captured it well defined earlier, and this is the same one now doing its effect over here outside of Chicago. You can see the storm out in front, that as it pushes, the air turbulence out in front of it, piling up that storm right there. Now let me kind of. Oh, I know what we can do. Now, everybody sees the motion, right? Now it's kind of heading more up that way. Oops. New radar, new data. Right? It's kind of moving up that. Whoops. Okay, so you see the storm front you see what direction our sphere is moving. So the storm out in front of it, you can tell it's going to keep going off that direction. But the direction of our sphere and its rotation, you can track what direction. Now it's going almost due north. Let me just kind of. Oh. All right. Meantime, while that's reloading, let's get over here to our weather event or our forecast real quick. Please let that open up. All right, so let me get that playing again. Let me back up a little bit right here. And we're just going to go through these opening frames here a little bit. Where did my pointer go? So this is our current conditions right here. This is our rotating center right here, moving up that way. Or this is us. Well, that was it earlier, back a couple hours ago. There we are right now, about the morning time of the 20th. Noon. Convection. And nighttime of the 20th. Back here, you see it starting to fire up this low. This is the new nasty one that's going to come through right there. All right, so we'll watch that one. Ooh, this radar came back here. All right, let's try this again while it's back up. I just kind of wanted you guys to see real quick here the trajectory of this thing and then where it might go next. So you see which way the sphere is going. Now you can tell which way the storm is going to go too. So now anybody that's out in front of that direction, look out. And then when this thing moves over it, it's going to stir up, be a big old storm front itself. All right, and that's up in Iowa there. Going up into Iowa. Let this kind of catch up. It'll restart and do the whole hour loop there. There we go. Sorry, I don't have all the high-tech gear and everybody's little special stuff. Just a hillbilly with a couple of phones and a laptop. But I got eyes to see. And now you do too. And you can see this, whether it's being directed from, well, say space, whatever, something is, it's moving, it's being directed, it's causing the storms to fire up and go in certain directions and stuff. Let me pull back a little bit. Whoa, a little bit, not that much. And then up out in front of it, we got a similar effect going on with the smaller one up in there. Let's see if we can capture that one. Like a see-through round sphere behind it, and watch this stuff kind of goes around it. The flow patterns define where it is. Oh, doesn't it? You can see it, can't you? Right in there. Where's my pointer? On my fat finger. Right in there at the end. Now, where's that one going? That one's heading up in this direction, causing storm front out front of it. There's even more activity, I think, going up there. So there's other factors going on in your weather. Okay, whether you like it or not, you can go live in denial. You say it's a radar artifact. hey, it might be our, weather weapons, China. It doesn't matter what is doing it. It's that it's happening. And it's causing a lot of damage. The last one that went through Houston, okay. Then we had one that went through Kansas City today. I heard. I haven't even seen damage yet or any reports. I haven't even had a chance to close my eyes and meditate and see. So I just came home and tried to capture this as quick before it hit Chicago. And thankfully my trajectory was off. It also shifted too. It was going more at east to west, or I mean west to east motion this way, and then kind of hooked and started going north. So the actual trajectory change of the sphere changed the storm motion and the direction it went to. Let me just kind of capture the whole circle right there. And you can see the top of the sphere. It's higher up. Colder air condenses on there. You can see the eye, the very tip of it. The central eye of that thing is the top of the sphere, which is a ball. Okay, a lot of people are, what's a sphere? Well, it's a ball shaped structure. And the higher up on the dome, you see all this stuff condensing higher up, right? I mean, it's blatantly obvious. And just let that refresh and pick up again there. All right, I just want to capture some more of this real quick while we're doing our weather report and do a little bit of nowcasting as far as where our next storm might be heading. Whoa, 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 look at that right up there. Did you see that come together up here? Here, let me see if I can. Please let that work. Hang on. Hopefully it'll run it. Whoa. Ho, 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 ho. You guys just see that? Something's there. There's a corner. There's something square there now. You see this edge? What the heck is that? All right. Another new effect caught live while we're live streaming. Man, you guys are the luckiest audience, I swear. All right. Look at the streak after the storm goes over it. The shadow of that streak is still there. I want to get that again. Is there something blocking the radar? Or? No, because that line is still there. Is there other stuff hitting that and going around it too? Almost like a little force field or something there. Look how this red starts to form in the corner there. Oh no, that's a little further down. Nuts. You know what that looks like? That almost looks like maybe one of our little force fields that we put up to kind of disrupt the storm. Because once it goes over it, it kind of breaks it up a little bit. What? Is it? All right. Well, I'll let you guys be the judge of that as well. I'm glad we captured some of that. But back to what I was basically trying to report on here. Back down here. Sorry, it's a little old phone, very jumpy. My newer phone took a dump. We had the geomagnetic storm come in, and my laptop, which had died, came back to life, and my old cell phone that was still working pretty good died. So different effects. But anyways, there goes your sphere, kind of moving through that area, kicking up the storm in front of it, and causing convection over the top of it right there, or yeah, convection, cloud formation over the top of the sphere there. So just had to capture that for you right there. All right, enough of that. Finish up a report here. Oh, we lost some data, but this is new data right here. So morning of the 20th, this still moving through that area. It's going to miss Chicago, it looks like, but it's going to go up through that area through the noontime. There's convection. Now, you saw what was happening there with the spheres. At this point, and we're having a G1. Yeah, G1. It could be a little higher, which would help induce more convection. So at this point right here, you might have some severe weather in the middle of that by then, okay? Even though they're not showing it right there, by 5 p.m. Pacific, that's going to be 7 p.m. out there. You guys are going to have probably some kind of severe weather in that region by then. Anyways, going into the nighttime, now you see this blossoming back here during the night. Noon, the morning of the 21st, my bad. Noon, convection, oh, Jesus. And the nighttime, oh, my. That is, that's all we need to really report on anyway. So everybody, this next storm, starting the morning time of the 21st, even actually tomorrow night, it really starts to kick off here in around Nebraska, around that. See this low right here? It wants to form a curl right there. So anywhere up here around the top of this low where the moist air is colliding with cold air, it could be shifted a little further back. It could be shifted a little bit further this way, maybe north or south. But when these two air masses collide tomorrow night, there's the morning, the 21st. And then all day the 21st, there's noon, sundown. That's going to be gnarly right there. $9.86 low, millibar low. And you saw that big old twisting effect that I showed you earlier today. Hopefully, we'll even show you more on the on some of the shorts that I posted today. But right there, sundown, the end of convection right there, tomorrow or the 21st. Okay, and then the nighttime. That is going to be very, very dangerous right there. Going up into Canada, too. So let's zoom in on this. Everybody gets your good eye full of where this whole region, anywhere in that big old green thing, and it might even have tail action that drags further down into Texas because it's so organized and strong. I'm sure it might be a little longer tail than that. Anyhow, that's going to be the nighttime. Oh, no, go back, you dummy. Other one. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? There. Convection, nighttime. There's the morning of the 22nd, noon, and that was it. Right there. So, starting tomorrow night, we're going to have storms kicking up during the nighttime tomorrow night. And then the morning it gets dangerous, and throughout that whole day, because it's already severe right there in Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa corner right there where they all meet. Bam. And that's noon. That's convection. So that whole area is just one big patch of yellow severe weather. And then that with all these broken up storms, I'll be reporting on that tomorrow night with see what kind of we'll see what kind of sphere action is going on in that, huh? Because we got another player, and this could be induced by one of these objects. A bigger one as it comes in might be causing all this rotation in the first place. We'll have to see, because when we were okay. See that right there? And then when we were here at the please. I was here at the lower jet, I believe. Oh, I think we changed our calendar, didn't we? Yeah, we're in the 20th. We have the sphere activity right here. Look at it's painting, the actual coloration is painting the sphere right where it's sitting. The airflow, let me back out just a tad bit. That's a little bit too much. But there you go. It's painting the sphere. The airflow is, the coloration is. So depending on where anything like this might be placed higher up with smaller ones down below, driving storms to do all this wonky stuff. Look at that. Does that look like an organized storm front? That's our storm level. That's where we're at 850 here. Okay, we can go down the surface. What the? That's at the surface? To 1,000 feet. Let's see the surface. No way. There's Surfer Girl. I came on so late tonight, I figured you'd be sleeping, darling. But look at this weird wind patterns. These aren't normal storm patterns, you guys. All right, so that's the surface. 1,000. That's where our weather hangs out right there. All right, very, very interesting, to say the least. So tomorrow's weather in that region, going to be very, very volatile, very unpredictable. You're going to have to get your radar app out and follow a sphere and follow what direction it's going. All right. Look what's coming at your town, because some of these, like what I saw, see this perfect comma shape, nice, organized storm front. I've seen these things tear them apart and send their own storm front one way and the other one continues off. They can split this up into three different segments. We're going to see, no telling what we're going to see here, you guys. I'm going to be trying to monitor it the best I can with my busy schedule and stuff. You guys, you have to kind of do your own monitoring during this day as well, because I'll be probably fighting really hard that day. Here's a little bit more data coming in now. Okay, so that's the nighttime of the 21st, morning up here in Canada. So watch out up there in Canada in the morning. Noon, then the convection. Then all this tail starts to blossom up through there. That's going to be another event. That's the nighttime of the 22nd. So convection, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 23rd. And that's it so far. All right, so let me just play that. Yeah, this is called practice. That's right. It's good practice because that's why I keep showing you this stuff, because things are changing. And if they're not going to tell you on the news, and this is so advanced now that our storm chasers, who are our best meteorologists, they're out in the field actually chasing the real storm. They're going to need this vital information here soon because things are changing. Storms are getting stronger and stronger. And as I showed you last night, a big meso scale, that the air mass that pushed through Houston, Texas, was the air mass, if you backed out, could have been part of a bigger couplet. It was just inches away from hooking up with the other opposite airflow. The moment those two hook up and start rotating around each other, that whole area would have turned into one big tornado, like that. Like here. It's just more of my stuff, yeah. Like this. Play this, please. You see this rotating storm here, right? Is this the one with the minute long? Ah. You know, of all the people that could use the good graphics, you know. So frustrating. But you guys are seeing it anyway. Even though I'm low tech here, you're still able to see it. All right. You see the land hurricane sitting there spinning like this. All right. And this isn't like the center part of the storm. This is its own deal. You see the sphere creating it. So not only do they just stand still and push stuff in front of them, they can also rotate and cause the air currents to rotate around them. They're either rotating or using an electromagnetic field. Something we should show you a little bit so you can wrap your head around this a little bit better is vortex. Magnets causing a vortex, which is a spinning column of water. I'm sure some of you may have seen this before. Oh, yeah. Hang on. All kinds of wonderful pre-programming messages here in each commercial. Is this? I'm trying to catch the effect here. No. Where? Well, here, where's my one scientist guy? He's gone, huh? Oh, I guess we'll just go with the one simple little thing. You can put a magnet on either side of a glass of water and it'll make the water spin. Here we go. Okay, so magnetic fields can affect H2O molecules, can't they? They can make them spin in a vortex, can't they? See the magnets causing water to spin in a vortex? Can you see a magnetic field causing water to spin in a vortex? This sphere is using a magnetic field of some kind too, or just the rotation of it, plus a little magnet, lift the water up, control it, spin it around in a vortex. One side of the sphere is positive, one side's negative. It causes the stuff to rotate. All kinds of different stuff. But now you can kind of grasp how this is possible when you see this experiment now. Okay? Understand? There are electrons and protons, each have a positive and negative charge. Electron negative, proton positive, right? So when you excite them with a magnet, it grabs onto the positive and negative of each one and moves them around in the vortex and causing the water to spin. Neat little science trick that they should have taught you in your science class. But they didn't, because they didn't want you spotting this kind of behavior. All right, when I was watching Max Velocity real quick when this is happening, after I recorded this, kind of followed him a little bit, and you can actually see the eye, the center of rotation, that little dot right in the middle, would be the very top of the sphere. And if you look, it's centrally located right in the center, perfectly in the center of our sphere. That's the very top of the dome. And it formed a little eye. And as it continued on, the storm dissipated a little bit, and that eye grew bigger. And he thought, what? It looks like a hurricane, a land hurricane. And everybody in the chat was joking because it, does. It looks like a land hurricane, right? But you can see that eye opening up at the very last frame right there. Ding! That's the very center of the sphere, the highest point of it. All right. Sorry about all the wavy lines. Maybe one of these days I'll be rich and famous, or I can afford a real laptop and some real studio. Bring you guys a professional show. In the meantime, we got what we got. Pretty amazing stuff. I got stuff that nobody else has, huh? And now I dare you to go to your weather radar app. I dare you. You think I'm faking this? Go over to your own, get my radar or some weather radar app and go open it up and look at the storm. It did this for real. So, our weather forecast, this storm, going to be very unpredictable. Let's just say it's predictable to be unpredictable. All right. It's going to be this massive wall that forms. It's going to be this big organized storm front, but you see all these little patches? Each one of them could be its own little sphere going, doing something. Because the more I've watched this, these things seem to be almost like playing chess. They're purposely moving certain directions for certain amounts of time, and they're like they're making chess moves, these little things, these spheres. Okay? And we got sphere action here on Earth, just like we have sphere action out by the sun. Get that other one. That one right there. With that shot right there. There we go. So, what do I call it? Well, I'm just kind of call it a sphere because that's. Oh, wait. I don't do PayPal. I can't take donations, you guys. It's hard to describe my situation. I can't. I really would like to, but I don't deal with money. How do we put that? Well, thank you for wanting to. I the Lord helps me in ways. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. Anyways, we have these spheres out by our sun. What's so funny is people's reluctance to grasp the concept that there could be another planetoid body rotating around the sun. I mean, we happen to live on one. That is proof that they exist, right? We live on one. That's proof that things orbit our sun. So, in order for something else to be orbiting our sun, to be so far-fetched and just outlandish, where's the thinking? Where's your common sense? If we're already on one, we're living on a planet. Who's to say we're the only ones orbiting their sun? And just because science says so, or the media, or what you learned in school, by a bunch of liars, by a bunch of known liars, you're going to trust a bunch of known liars over your own eyes, huh? And they're interacting with the sun. If they're interacting with the sun, who's to say they couldn't, well, interact with the earth too, huh? Magnetic field. Oh, magnetic field. Round with a magnetic field. Round with magnetic field. Magnets spinning water in a vortex. Magnets spinning water in a vortex. Not too tough. It's really not all that tough. It's really simple stuff. It's just, you just gotta unlearn what you have learned and do some observation. Use your own observational skills. Don't just necessarily take it from me either. That's why I'm always telling you, you be the judge of this as well, too. Or most channels would be like, nope, it's this. I'm adamant. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm talking about. Hey, all I'm trying to say is there is some kind of spheroid effect, whether it's radar, magnetically, an actual object. You see these small UFOs, these little white spheres that are, jamming through the sky, and you're wondering, is it all connected to one bigger object? No, they're little small white spheroids. Okay, sure, some of you have seen them by now. They can be sitting right in the middle of the clouds and induce a magnetic field around it and control how big it is, right? So you get one of them little spheres, little white spheres located in the center. It produces a spheroid-shaped magnetic field, an invisible round bubble, an invisible round bubble, an invisible round ball around it. And that's not our first event, okay? I had captured it a couple nights ago over Florida. We went over that several times. There's other players in our weather. So when we go to this weather forecast, you're looking at what they're forecasting plus add some other issues in there too. Okay, it's going to be very, hit and miss, unpredictable. It might just do exactly what it's showing, or it could possibly, do something different. Like I said, this one today was on a course heading right towards Chicago. Did my whole line like this and drew it real quick. And I'm like, I got 30 seconds to post this and I got to go pull somebody out of a burning car. So make it quick. And I did my best guesstimate and it was pointing right at Chicago. And I thought, well, if I don't make it back within like 3 to 4 hours, it might be hitting Chicago by then. So I put out a little alert saying, hey, just a little warning, people out there in Chicago, it might be kind of heading your way. And that's our latest report here. Let me pull up this radar one more time. We'll see where our latest movement has put it. Because I've seen ones come down. See how this one's rotating, moving this way? I've seen other ones come this way and clip and cut this one off. And they hit that storm front out front and they make it rotate the other way. And you get your anticyclonic rotation. Okay, I was able to pull this back up again, so bear with me just a second. Come on, Wade. Come on, little radar app. All right, let's try this one more time. Where's my step stool? There it is. Yeah. Okay, let's try to get this puppy up there one more time. All right, and this is currently, right now, just past Cedar Rapids, heading up towards, up through Iowa. And if we're too close in, we need to be back just a little bit in order to see its trajectory. Let's go like this now. All right, see, it's kind of more northern, northeast. Then we have something going on up in there too. Pushing, look. See this pushing down this way towards Milwaukee? There's a sphere right there. Look at this, right in the middle of it. Hang on. Right. See how it's bringing stuff down this way? And it's going to make everything collide at West Bend. It looks like. See how this air mass is coming in to the stuff coming up there? They're all going to collide and kind of move. Oh, hold on there. Northeasterly towards West Bend there. And then look how moisture down below is coming up to meet it. See, it looks to do something here to the West Bend area in between Milwaukee and West Bend right in there. And sometimes these things will make the storms occlude. If you know what that means, it makes it almost diminish because of collision of moisture running into more moisture. It wants dry. It wants air. It doesn't want more moisture. It kind of chokes it out. So sometimes they choke them out. Other times they inflame them. But you can see how this has caused this air mass to move down this way. And it's those colliding air masses, this cold coming down and this moist warm coming up. You see how it's caused these pop-ups right out in front right there? So we might have to follow that for a second to see what happens there, if you guys are interested to see what happens there. That's got a few more minutes still to finish. You see, here, let's leave right there for a second. And you can see the stuff flowing over the top of it over here, stuff flowing around the bottom. See, we're starting to get a little inflow. Look here. Let's see what happens here. Just for a sec. Gonna pull it more that way. Oh, you are? Well, it's a good thing that you're here watching then. We finally got somebody in the path of this who's actually getting a real alert at the time they need it. And we can take a little peek around that area too. Pull back just in case there's other activity coming your way too. Look at that hole right there. You can see the whole round sphere. It's all closing down to the eye on the front of it there. Wow. Okay, so hold on. Well, Milwaukee, West Bend. Look at this little line down below here. What's going on here? Look at this sharp little line right there. Hang on, let that catch up and refresh. Oh, never mind. Almost looked like that right-hand turn type effect line that we were seeing before. Let's go right about there, I think. Oh, all right. Refresh on that one. But meantime, it started off down there and went through, well, Kansas City. I want to see what else we had here. It's just a short one, I think. One of these sphere vents outside Kansas City. See, the center of rotation is the middle of the sphere. That was earlier on in the event. All right, here we are with another one of these. And there were pinks and whites and all kind of coloration. The top of this right up here was very intense. I don't know if it's picking it up. Here we are with another one of these sphere vents outside Kansas City. See, the center of rotation is the middle of the sphere. I'm sure there'll be reports coming in from Kansas City of damage and impact. You know, some kind of impact damage. Okay, so there's that. Here's the full minute of it. Last night we were watching these thermal updrafts. This one right here created a thermal updraft so intense right here that it, I think it's steam, to tell you the truth. I don't think it's a cloud. I think it's a shot of steam came up out of the ground and made the radar glitch out here. Play it. Doesn't really show it too well. You can come over here and check it out. But you see that blue thunderstorm blossoming so fast and so intensely. If you look at it, it shoots up like a plume of steam out of the ground. It's not a cloud. It's a plume of steam shooting up. And we had similar plumes of steam shooting up along the Sierra Nevada, and I captured that on, well, over Mammoth Mountain here, over the caldera there. Where was that? Oh, it's on the community page. My bad. So I got lots of stuff for you guys right here. See this? See this plume? This tower that just rocketed way above the rest of the. It broke through the ceiling, through the cap. All the thunderheads were capping off right at that level right there, and anviling out. And this thing punched through that, and it kept going up. It's still accelerating up right over Mammoth. And it almost looks like a volcanic eruption, but it's just, well, it's cloud or steam. Hot air came out of there and condensed into water vapor. Made this big old, tall, towering, perfect. This is the only thunderheads around. Nobody else was having thunderstorm activity because, well, they weren't having heat coming out of the bottom of their mountain. All right, so we got other weather side effects as well. Heat plumes blossoming out of the ground, causing convection at local sites. How about that? Causing convection at local sites. So even if you're not in a storm forecast, over here where we're at, we're getting convection because of, well, heat plumes coming out of the ground. And if any kind of heat plume were to come out of, say, this region over here, because of say, we might have, I don't know, heat plumes coming out of that side. Could you see why? Over here. So hot air coming out of a perforation in the ground can travel upward really fast and create its own weather, its own thunderhead over a local site. A new weather effect going on now. Okay, and where are we here? Let me just show you where that had happened. Oh, all right, here's Tahoe. Mammoth is down here. Ooh, excuse me. Take off the wind here. Pull that over there. Oh. No. Actually, I'll pull this over there. I'm trying to get this effect real quick here. All right. A couple of days ago, right about 17th, I think it was. Yep. See this plume right here of SO2 coming out of that region. So we had a volcanic event, small heat distribution, small steam plume, something followed by some SO2 that came out of that region down at the caldera by Mammoth down there. And let's even go one more day. What day were we on there? That was the 17th, right? Let's go to the 18th. And then let's go to the 19th. Today wasn't so bad. So I want to see what the 19th look like. Yeah, it's a little further down here now. It's actually traveling. It's kind of moving. But look at this SO2 plume coming out of the San Francisco area. And out of these volcanic fields up here, too. That's probably right around Rainier. Another volcano back here is spewing SO2 too. So the pressure is built. We have a lot of SO2 pushing out, and these hot columns of air can rise up, like I said, and create their own weather and create a thunderstorm, like or a little thunderhead like that. Magnets can make water spin in a vortex. Okay. Weather forecast. So we did all that. There's a few more bars of data. Let it just go play real quick, and then we'll wrap that up and get to our spiritual report. Now, we're not done. We got the fun, son. After all that disturbing information there, we need to take a break from that and relax for a minute. Okay, so while that's playing, take down. You have to forgive me. I finally got some sleep. Can't you tell? I'm yawning now. My body was like, what? Sleep? Oh, I could use some more of that. Okay, we got this. We'll pull up my channel real quick here. What should we pull up from here? Oh. There's another day where just over Mammoth is this intense, area, this intense plume of convection over that mountain. There's no other thunderstorms around, but it's going nuts over there, and you can see how tight and compact these blossoms are. That's heat. That's just boiling up out of the ground. The heat is. Then, when we have water heating up on the ocean floor, like I showed you, it draws bigger animals from the bottom feeders that brings them up to the surface. And we're going to start seeing, deep water creatures that we've never seen before making their way up through the water column and closer to the surface. And closer to beaches. They're searching for cooler water. So, like I said, those heat plumes on the ocean floor, taking all those deep water animals, fish, predators, everything, driving them up higher. This one happens to echolocate. Okay. Where are we going? Oh, no, we're going to go. Enough of that. I was trying to find more stuff. Oh, yeah, that's where we were. So, watch for new weather coming out of the ground. Okay, looks similar to this when there's no other thunderstorms around. You see it, thunderheads just violently blossoming over a dormant volcano on a day when there's not supposed to be any convection around. Watch out for that. When you go to the beach this summer and you go out in the water, I wouldn't go out too deep. Huh? One bird trying to teach the other bird the code. How funny is that? For those of you who know the code, that's like me teaching you the code. That one bird knows it and he's singing it to the other one, and the other one's trying to figure it out. It's me and you. What else are we going to here? Oh. Two eyes, the nose, this big old mouth, this face right here. And that's at nighttime. I took that with like the new filter on the phone that can take a nighttime picture. So yeah, I saw that smiling at me through the clouds, and I turned around and took a picture of that. Oh yeah, this one. All right, so there's dog face in there, and the moon. This is at nighttime. The moon is in the center of the nose. Here's an eye, another eye, and it's a bulldog face. His little mouth goes up and stuff like this. But what really makes it pop is when we do this. So hold on to your. Now, do you see the dog face? His little nose is glowing. Voila. There are faces in your clouds watching you from above. And not just humans, other creatures, other types of, if this were pareidolia, it would be a human face. So, what's this? Dogadolia? What would you call that? And you could see it. I could see it when I was taking the picture. And I got a couple of different pictures. And in this image, I waited until the moon was over here. And the face is traveling across the sky. The moon's standing still, and I waited until the face traveled right about there where the moon was at his nose, and I snapped that image right there. Pretty trippy, huh? But that's the spiritual realm watching you from above. All right, so there's that one. Came out the other day and just kind of looked up at the. This was during the daytime? No, this was at nighttime. Sorry, this is the moon right here, and right next to it is a round cloud. I'll just kind of do that, and then there's a little smile down below. It's not a smile, just a straight mouth. But this round, perfectly round cloud right next to the moon, making a set of eyes and a mouth. Okay? Stuff follows me everywhere I go. It's all day long. It just everywhere I go. All right, you ready for this one? This one's going to be cool too. This is the dog again, but a little closer up. And now you'll see the moon in a different spot. See, now it's not right on his nose. It's over here more. And it makes the face illuminated a little differently, but still there. All right, and that's what I'm talking about in the sky. It's not just, if you made this the eye or made that the nose, it would be a puppy dog. No. That's a puppy dog. All right. What other little treats to have for you? That's all stuff. Sandstorms engulf the planet. Good little documentary there. They're finally admitting to it in that documentary. I think that's all that I had here at the community page for you. All right, so we're going to pull up an image here and just go ahead and start a reading. Here we can do this one. Nope. Oh, further down. There's another one of them faces right there. Something a little different here.
Not your problem.
There's one here. Yeah, this one I'm super excited to show you guys, and it's quite incredible. This cloud right here is God's arm reaching down. Oh, come on, volume. His hand clenched, and he's sticking out his finger with a ring on it. It's a wedding ring. And these little things right here are mouths of creatures that are oohing and awing over it. So I'm going to start zooming in on the ring here, and you'll see little creatures, different faces, oohing and awing over it. And let's pull it up a little bit. Here's his finger sticking out. Here's the ring going around this square thing. Let's go in tighter. Okay, here we go. There's finger, there's the ring going around it, here's the base, and there is the rock. That's a big rock. Look how big that rock is on that ring on his finger. That's the wedding ring, you guys. Reminds me like the ring pop. Remember the ring pop with the oversized gem? That was candy that you suck on it. This is the hand coming down. He's sticking out his finger. The ring goes around, and then the gem that's on the ring is that big right there. And then there's the finger. Pretty generous guy, huh? He gives a big rock. But that was captured. That was an interesting one. And what else was in this one? That hung out for a long time in the sky, and all kinds of little faces gathered around it and started oohing and awing. Like, ooh, that's a big rock. But very definitive cloud structure when that first popped in the sky. It was like, uh-oh, this thing's reaching down out of the sky and pointing at something. It's like an arm coming down with a finger coming out of it. And I'm like, what is he pointing at? Then I looked, I was not pointing at something. It's showing off the ring, the wedding ring. All right, so where was the other one? This one was a little hard to see. Kind of have to come over to the actual video, but let's just. There it is. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So it's been a few days since I did a video, and it's just because I've been dealing with a lot of stuff and trying to be with my family and stuff at the same time, but these cloud formations have stepped up in intensity and sophistication. Uh-oh. And I'm going to start pointing out some stuff here. Why is this not working now? First off, though, I want you to take a look at my coffee cup here. You see how... Hang on. There, behind this main angel. Yeah, this ain't working at all. Yeah, we'll have to try a different video because it's not working on this. Everywhere I go, and it's becoming quite unnerving. I really wanted to show you the Capitol building. Parades of angels and dragons right here with a flag. Okay, and I'm even going to take you right up into that flag. Why is this not? Because it's an American flag. Why is this not picking up? Okay. Hard to see from this camera or whatever, but yeah, never mind. Little tiny stars, little tiny dots. You have to come over to the video and see it. It's not capturing it. This one I've been really struck. Oh. What? I guess because it's already wavy. Ooh, maybe we're gonna get it out of this way. Hang on, let me just see if we can. Oh. Barely. Up here is the Capitol Dome. And there's a flag coming off the top. It's broken. It's hanging over to the side. But in the clouds, it's really not capturing it. Ooh, almost. Capitol Dome right here. You can see windows running across it. And in a couple of the windows, there is water gushing out of the Capitol windows. And then when you look from behind, there's a giant wave cresting over this Capitol Dome. Yeah, you have to come over to the video. That's why I don't show it too well or show it on this show very well or very often because it doesn't pick up very well. Anyways, come over, check that out. That was interesting. Not only your faces and stuff, but scenes, like biblical scenes playing out in the clouds as well. All right. That wasn't very good. It didn't capture very well on the video, but all right, back down to doing our message here tonight, reading.
Ultimate survival food of our forefathers.
Yeah, it's important you guys all learn how to cook and prepare meat, learn how to butcher meat. I was a butcher for a few years. It's good to know how to cut meat. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So, snapping some pictures of the clouds yesterday, and I noticed something forming in the clouds. What looked like a face over here. And I'm going to start zooming in on this face because it's a real face. And if you look back behind it here, let's zoom in just a little bit. You'll notice that back behind here, this face is being projected by Jesus's heart right here. You can see it radiating out. Here's Jesus's face. He's pulling open his shirt, exposing his heart. His heart's radiating out this image in the sky. This image right there is good. That way we get to see it, the whole thing a little bit better. All right, so there's one image pulled up. Let's get that out of there. Always going to pull up this one too because so important, this event that happened here that I captured. Very, very painful doing it too because, well, I have a shattered shoulder and holding a cell phone up for a long time hurts. Most people can only hold their cell phone up for 10, 15 minutes max. 45-degree angle. I held mine up for a long time. And it was worth it because we got all these pictures right here that I was able to put together in a flip book that's, well, Jesus' face with a crown turning into a lion face, and that happened on Easter. I'll show you the event that led to this. The day before that, we had, well, let's just open up another page here. Bear with me, we're plugging along tonight. We had this event happen here. It's titled Happy Easter, but this event happened the day before. And this is an event my son captured this event, all right? All kinds of UFO activity follows me everywhere I go, right? Well, I got kids, and they see it too, all right? They're aware that their dad has UFOs following him. And one day I went into the store, and while I was in the store, my son captured this picture my son took of this UFO-shaped looking cloud here that to him seemed to be dropping out of the sky. And I had run into the store and this appeared, and he said, "Dad, this thing looked like it was dropping out of the sky," so I took a picture of it for you. So as I looked at this, okay, you can see the cloud. Let's get into what was accompanying the cloud. I'm going to pull it over a little bit. We're going to zoom in. Here's the mouth, the eyes, the face, the horns of a dragon. Pull back a little bit. I'll zoom in. Can you see the dragon? Oops. Go. Right there's a good shot. Okay. The eye, two nostrils, the teeth with the mouth open right there. Then you can make out the flange that goes around. There's a horn coming up here, horn going up there, more of the flange going around the sides here. So that face right there, that dragon face, showed up the day before Easter over our site. Okay, my son captured that. I took a look at this image. I went into the etherical to see if there was anything in the etherical captured around a UFO. And guess what was in there? The dragon. When this happened the day before Easter, I knew that the next day something was going to happen over this very same mountain. See this mountain in the background here down below? That's our mountain right there. It's just the other side of the hill. This thing goes up and goes down the other side. So the dragon was over on this side over the hill. That was captured the next day on Easter. Okay? That's to kind of reassure you These are authentic images. This is the real thing, okay? You see earthquakes and famines and rumors of wars and wars. You're to look up and you would see Jesus coming in the clouds. Well, there's Jesus with his hair flowing back and a crown showing up in the clouds on Easter of all days, not May 15th, not 4th of July. No, showed up on Easter in the clouds. 2,000-year-old prophecy came true. That should make you stop for a second and think. It should make you pause for a moment and go, wow, that happened on Easter, huh? Yeah. Okay. That's your rock. That's your foundation. These images right here are priceless. I don't charge anything for them. I don't want anything for them either. I want to give them to you. This is my gift that I give to my audience. Okay, because I love you guys. You're precious to me. I like giving gifts to my friends. Okay, so there's old Jesus with his heart out. Okay. Whoops, that's too close in. We'll just leave it right there. That's better. Okay, so we got a couple images. That one. No, let's get rid of the dragon. We're not going to read biblical stuff to the dragon. We will find something better. Oh, I know. Another one. No. Oh my God. Something else I wanted to pull up. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. No, that's days before that. Where'd it go? Hang on just a second here. I want to pull up all the images that I had of that day. No, that's not it. Yeah, I hear you, kitty. Hang on, Bubba. There it is. All right. Sometimes I get a little older. Can't figure out technology too well. All right. Here I've taken one of those images and rotated it 90 degrees, so now you don't have to tip your head. You can see a little bit better there. I think that one shows it a little bit better. Here's the face. Oh, a little hiccup there. All right, so the beard. Now you can see the face and the hair flowing down a little bit better. Our Boyd is here. How you doing, bud? I haven't seen you in a minute. Okay, so that's one of the many frames. Look, I took all kinds of pictures of this. I just rotated these two frames to try to capture the face, more vertical so you can see it. On Easter. Then I took a few pictures the other direction. There's another face forming in the clouds over there. And when I spun back around to take some more of this, it changed to a lion here. And you can see some of the images of the lion face there. And then I stacked all those pictures right there on top of each other to get that. Just like a flip book you do with cartoons in school. You draw a little picture and then you draw the same picture moved a tad bit on the next page and you flip through them and you get the motion. It's called a flip book. And there's a flip book right there of all those images on Easter. Okay? Very important you get this. You trust me with this stuff because it's for you. All right? So you will feel better when you see all this crazy stuff going down in your weather and all your other stuff. I'm trying to do something over here. What else was It's good enough. We got that one. We got the one with the heart. Okay. What we can do here is dim that down. I'll kind of warp out my face. I want you guys to recognize my face. See me in public, you'll jump out of your skin. All right, we're focusing on our Savior here. Man with a heart of gold. So forgiving. Oh, he went through so much for us. Okay, now what did I have here? Where's your notes? Waking up with my... Oh, yeah, we can do that later. Next lesson. All right. I think I'm just going to do some reading real quick out of some of this real quick. Okay, while you're looking at that wonderful heart, best buddy you've ever met, your friend, best friend, brother, Lord, Savior, God, everything all in one, man. He's a pretty cool guy. All right. Oh, that's going to be right there. All right, so take a sip here and get into this. Everybody get in your comfortable spot. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath all the way in and hold it for 5 to 10 seconds and then exhale slowly. So hold it. And then exhale slowly. Sometimes you can moan or just hum. That helps relax you a little bit. I'm going to do one more because... So, you can find joy in the most unexpected places, like in the clouds. You can find joy in the most unexpected places, even here. However, it requires effort. So, searching for the good and refusing to let your natural responses blind you to what is there. Okay, you're so used to looking at the physical world. Okay, you have to refuse to let the physical world and blind your responses to what you see. Okay, so start searching for the good and refuse, and I mean refuse to let your natural responses blind you to what is there. Okay, your natural response is to think, oh, this has got to be fake or something, but don't let your natural earthly response blind you to what is there. Okay, and I will help you respond in a supernatural way, giving you eyes that see beyond the obvious and discover treasure hidden in your troubles. These storms, there's treasure hidden in your troubles. Well, we see some of those other round spheroid things. There's new information. There's treasures in those troubles. Okay, so refuse to let the natural world blind you to what is really there. Search for the good and refuse to be blinded. Okay, and then I will help you respond a supernatural way, giving you eyes that see beyond the obvious and discover treasure hidden in your troubles. Living joyously is a choice, and since you inhabit such a sinful, broken world, you must choose gladness or happiness many times daily. This is especially true during difficult times. So when something happens that breaks the pattern of comfort and happiness in your life, you're being put to a test, a trial, right? And such trials can both prove and strengthen your faith. That's what they're for. That's what we're here for, to go through trials that prove and strengthen your faith, which is much more precious than gold. I'm training you to consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds. I made the agonizing choice. To endure the cross for the joy set before me. The joy set before me is sharing this with you. Brings me joy. That's the joy that's set before me. Okay? I made this agonizing choice to endure the cross for the joy set before me, the eternal pleasure of bringing my followers to glory. You're looking at glory. I brought you here. You're a follower, YouTube subscriber, follower, right? Modern day follower. My eternal pleasure of bringing my followers to glory. That's you. That's you guys. Whether you're watching this live or in replay, that's still you. So, choose joy by fixing your eyes on me and looking for treasures in your trials. Okay? I'm here right now with you. We're enjoying this together. In my presence, you can find fullness of joy, perfect peace, and unfailing love. Unconditional, unfailing, eternal love. Walk with me along the path of life, enjoying my company each step of the way. Because I am always by your side, the joy of my presence is yours for the taking. If you want to take it, it's yours. It's up to you. I am always by your side, and the joy of my presence now is now yours for the taking. And if you do that, I will keep you in perfect peace as you fix your thoughts on me. Stay in communication with me through your spoken words, thoughts, and our songs, the code. Spend ample time absorbing my word, letting it speak into your heart. Let those songs and the code speak into your heart as well as scripture, the entire Bible. Let that speak into your heart as where it changes the way you think. All right, we're trying to change the way you think and live, because once you think a different way, you live a different way. So, by spending ample time absorbing my word, letting it speak into your heart now, like reversing back, letting my word now speak into your heart, where it changes the way you think and live. We're trying to change the way you think and live. When we clean out all that trash and brainwash you, like brain cleaning, not programming brainwashing, we're cleaning out all the junk that they taught you. You must unlearn what you've learned, and then we're going to fill your mind with good things, where it changes the way you think. And once you have changed the way you think, it changes the way you live. So it's going to change the way you think and live. Now, as you ponder who I really am, my light shines warmly into your mind, helping you to live in my peace. I love you. I want you to flourish in my presence, like an olive tree flourishing in the house of God. As the sunlight of my presence nourishes you, you are able to produce abundant fruit now in my kingdom. And the more you trust in my unfailing love, the more you will realize how utterly secure you really are. How utterly secure, oh, you really are. Um, no. Okay. So let me add a little more to that because this goes on to that other backside. So just a little refresh here. As the sunlight of my presence nourishes you, now you are able to produce abundant fruit in my kingdom. And the more you trust in my unfailing love, the more you will realize you're secure now. Set me before you continually. Keep your eyes on me. I am at your right hand. I am close by your side. And this is the most reliable source of joy, knowing that I am always near should bring some joy. Now, seek to strengthen your awareness of my presence so you can enjoy me in your moments and feel more secure. Okay? Trying to make you feel a little secure now. Things are getting crazy, and that makes you anxious and gives you anxiety. Then we're here to kind of calm it down. We report on some gnarly stuff tonight. Kind of calming down a little bit. Now, I wanted to get into praying here a little bit, and what like communicating with me is. Okay, you can leave comments in the comment section, but I am so busy. I try to get to them, but I can't get to every single one of them. It's better to pray. Communicating with me in silent prayers, in whispers, in spoken words, in shouts of praise is the best way to stay attentive to me. When you're communicating with me, you're staying attentive to me. That takes your mind off of your problem at the moment, doesn't it? Because you're being attentive to me. We're communicating. And when we're communicating, just like I talk to you during our shows, I want you to be real with me in your prayers. Instead of worrying or obsessing about things, turn those thoughts towards me. Talk with me about whatever is on your mind, and I will show you my way to handle the person or situation that concerns you. Because it's always a person and it's always a situation, isn't it? Usually they go hand in hand. It's that person and their situation, and you are like pulling your hair out. Talk with me about it. Whatever's on your mind. And then listen for that internal voice, the small voice inside. I will show you my way to handle the person or the situation. Sometimes it's don't handle it at all. That person in that situation needs to stew for a while before the answer comes. So when you're praying and you're looking for the result right away, the result is they need to stew for a minute. So sometimes it's my way to handle the thing. Okay. And once you get to know me, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I like your way better. I was going to do this. And no, you got them back way better than I could have. So, yeah, I'll go with your way. So, talk with me, whatever's on your mind. I will show you my way to handle the person and situation. So, study and meditate on Scripture. Let it saturate your heart and mind, changing the way you think, which changes the way you live, right? So, meditate on Scripture means study it. You can meditate, we can breathe, we can do all kinds of stuff. Just means focus. Focus on Scripture. Let it saturate your heart and mind. Let it change your heart, which changes your mind. When your mind is changed, you change your way of thinking. And when you've changed your way of thinking, then it affects the way you live, and you've changed the way of living. Now, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can. The only thing you can change on this planet is yourself. So study and meditate on Scripture. Let it saturate into your heart, mind, changing your way of thinking. Okay? Once that happens, permeate your prayers with biblical concepts and content now. As you stay in close communication with me, the joy of my presence is truly yours. Okay? It really is. Now, the more you trust me, the more it is, right? So there you go. It's up to you. The more you trust in me, the more it truly is. Now, when we're praying, don't think of prayer as like a chore. It shouldn't be a chore. It should be something that you want to do. You want to initiate conversation with your friend when you see him in the store, right? You don't have to, but you want to, so you don't think of it as a chore. So when you're praying, don't think of it as a chore. Instead, view it as communicating with the one you adore and the one who adores you. Delight yourself in me. This will draw you irresistibly into communion with me. So, view your communicating with me as you're talking to your loved one, your best friend, your big buddy, all right? And when you're doing that, delight yourself in me. Have fun talking to me. It's not a big nervous, oh my God, he's going to think this or think that. No, a regular person. Just like you talk to your best friend or your dad or your buddy, somebody you trust, somebody who knows your deep, dark secrets that your parents don't know, that or deep, dark secrets that your spouse doesn't know, okay? I'm that one person who does know, and when you're communicating in your prayers, delight yourself in me. It's not a chore. Have fun with your prayers. Be honest and open. It's not, Heavenly Father, thou art here, forgive me for thou thee. No. Jesus, I need help. The issue is I'm future tripping. I'm tripping out at what's coming down the pike here. Then I repeat back to you, that's my department. I'm in control. Relax. You have no control of it. In fact, when you take control of the one thing that you can change, now you feel like you're empowered. You're actually taking control of the one thing you can change. So, how do you change the world? By changing yourself. When you're doing that, delight yourself in me, and this will draw you irresistibly into communion with me. When it becomes fun, when you're singing a song in prayer and you're having a blast singing the words, that's not a chore. You're screaming the words out loud and clear because you know them. And you know what they mean. And you're having fun singing a song. It's just a prayer can just be like singing a song, okay? And that will draw you now irresistibly into communion, into praying with me. When you know it's fun, you're like, oh, well, shit, I can do that all the time. It's not this and that. I don't have to get on my knees every time. A dude cut me off at the stoplight. I'm fucking pissed, Lord. I heard you. I am too, and I can see why. But it's okay. That guy is dumb. He doesn't know what he's doing. You have to forgive him. He's on his phone. He doesn't know about this. Okay? You can. I know everybody's got this hang up on curse words. Who do you think invented them? And your language. Okay? I've heard every curse word there is. You're not going to offend me. And sometimes it's the expletive that gives the power to it's the adjective. And yeah, I feel real happy. That does not sound real happy. I'm fucking happy. Oh, all of a sudden now it really gives it bite. It's not preferable. We could always find better adjectives. Sometimes I slip. I'm trying to get better at it, but we do sometimes. And I find myself cursing somebody out in traffic, using some profanity, and I catch myself. Lord, I'm doing it again. I just cussed that dude out. I should be at peace right now. I'm doing it again. Please, Lord, have some peace. A couple minutes later, I'm back to normal again. Okay, that's how it's done. Prayer's not a chore. It's supposed to be fun. And when it is fun, it now it's irresistible. Now you can't stop talking to me. You're just going to want to blabber on and on and on and tell me all about this and all about that. And I'm going to be like, no way. Tell me more. Okay? And then you're just going to overflow and all this stuff's going to come pouring out. And when you're that irresistible communication with me, then remember all that I am to you, all I have done for you, that I love you with perfect, everlasting love, and I take great delight when you pray. I take great delight in you. Okay? I know when you're serious. I can hear when your prayer is serious and when it's just a bunch of our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Do you think I want to hear that? No, I want to hear your real prayers. And it's for your own good. We're relieving those heartstrings down inside you that need to be relieved. I take great delight in you. So, hopefully, as you're getting to know me, let my tenderness embrace you, convincing you that you are indeed my beloved. Then rejoice in the one who will never let you go. Never. Often the easiest way to start talking with me is to thank me for being your Savior, Redeemer, and friend. You can also give thanks for the things that are happening in your life, in your family. Give thanks to things that are happening in your church. Give thanks to happen everything and beyond. It's these grateful prayers that connect you with me, and they ease their way into others' prayers. So your grateful prayers connect you with me, and they ease their way into other people's prayers. So you can talk freely with me, and I mean frank and freely. Let it fly. Okay? Not offend me. I invented those words. It's important. It's so vitally important that you talk freely with me. I we need to get those old skeletons out of the closet. Um, I can relate. I was molested as a child too. I can relate. I got beaten and abused too. I can relate. I've been robbed and too. I can relate. I've had victory once. I can relate. I've been there, done that. I can relate. Okay, so talk freely with me. I know everything about you and your circumstances already. And I never reject you because the penalty for your sins has already been paid. I never reject you ever. I never reject you because the penalty for your sins has already been paid and paid in full with my blood. Trust me enough to pour out your heart to me, for I am your refuge. I am. Pour your heart out to me. You need to. You need to get that off your chest. Take it out of that backpack full of rocks that you, all these burdens and stresses and worries that you carry around. It's like a rock, and you throw it in the backpack and insist on hauling it around. It's not your worry or not your problem, but you're stressing about it anyway. Take it out. Drop it. Take the backpack off. Go. Run. Be free. Live. Breathe. Confess your sins. And I never reject you. You could be a serial killer. If you confess that you did it, I won't reject you. I know. I already paid the penalty for that. No matter what it is. It doesn't matter. Every single experience on this planet, it doesn't matter what it is. If you confess your sins, I forgive you and I cleanse you from all unrighteousness. The unrighteousness is that worry in your head. So when you confess your sins and you know that they've been forgiven now, you can move forward. It will cleanse you from all the stress, all the unrighteousness. If you confess your sins, I forgive you and cleanse you from all unrighteousness. So put on the armor of light. To wear this bright protective covering, you must put aside deeds of darkness. You live in a world where darkness is prevalent all around you, and you need my light armor to help you see things clearly, protecting you from being led astray by the world, the lies, the media, the whole thing that surrounds you. I want you to walk in the light with me. So make every effort to live close to me, aware of my loving presence. And just as you put on clothes on your body, you can also clothe yourself with me. Such nearness to me will help you make good decisions. And sometimes, though you will make bad choices that lead into sin, don't despair when that happens. I am your Savior. I have made provision for all your sin. And the blood I shed on the cross cleanses you and keeps you walking in the light. So if you confess your sins, I forgive you and cleanse you from all unrighteousness. I am faithful and just, and I delight in your nearness to me. I delight in our little relationship for the joy set before me of getting to know you guys and you guys getting to know me. That's totally different. That's like 4 more lessons away. Where did we go there? Where's all the stuff in between? Okay, well, that's it for the... That was it for the session there. Next one's totally different. That goes into a whole different segment. Okay, so let's come back over... Where are we going? Oh, yeah. We want to check out our... Oh. Right there. This is just a real quick one I did. Our sphere event that down on the lower left that just left Kansas City seems to be tracking towards Chicago. So this is an early warning for Chicago for later